The city of Yakima is talking about budget cuts that could impact the fire department. Now officials are considering a possible workaround to keep funding firefighters. Plus, we're talking about big changes to rules in Portland impacting the way the city responds to homeless encampments.
And temperatures are cooling off a bit today with possible quick showers and more cloud coverage. I'll get you prepared my first alert weather forecast.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Good Thursday, getting close to that weekend, Jill.
Yes. Did you enjoy that heat yesterday?
I did actually.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the outside and I actually did a little exercising.
Good.
It was a warm day, but we're going to be a little bit cooler today and a lot cooler tomorrow. We have a little bit of shower activity possible. Now our friends in Spokane, they're going to get hit very hard today with some thunder and lightning. Our area's seeing a little bit of that. Let's take a look at our lovely Skycam out at the Geisa Stadium, and beautiful morning, but we're going to have a bit more cloud coverage throughout our day. Now let's take a look at our radar. We are looking at some thunder and lightning just in the Blue Mountain region. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at that, and we're just seeing it right in the mountainous areas, so you're probably seeing it and even hearing it in Walla Walla. So a little bit of shower activity that could break through into Walla Walla. It'd be very slight though. It's going to break up as it heads into the mountainous areas, and we could be seeing a little bit of shower activity moving into our areas pretty much throughout our day into tomorrow, but they're going to be very light and very quick if they do come, but could have a little bit of thunder and lightning in them. So 93 in Yakima as we don't cool down too much today for Yakima. 90 degrees for the Tri-Cities area, and over in Walla Walla we're down to 87. So we're going to continue that cooling trend into tomorrow and Saturday, then warm back up as we get to Sunday. But more cloud coverage, quick showers very possible, and again folks, we are looking at quite the weekend ahead. So more clouds, quick storms possible, cooling into tomorrow. I'll have your forecast coming up, but for right now let's send it back to Jill.
Hot, dry weather means prime time for fires, and it's something that's on the minds of Yakima City officials trying to find a way to fund fire services. Cap KVUE's Emily Goodell reports the city has to make significant cuts, and part of that could include changing the way firefighters are paid.
When the city's general fund runs low, the departments that rely on it, parks, police, and fire, get a smaller cut.
It's not an easy process. We're trying to do what's best at the same time as trying to balance our revenue resources, which are extremely limited at this point in time.
With a projected shortfall for 2025 and 26, the fire department is looking at shutting down an entire station on the city's western edge.
$1.7 million, essentially 12 firefighter positions.
Fire officials say they need a steadier funding source and a way to get more revenue. One long-term option to create a regional fire authority with other city fire departments or fire districts that share a border with Yakima.
What it does for a city is it changes its fundamental funding mechanisms to something that's different and more towards like a fire district, which they have their own tax base and their own funding mechanism.
$1 per thousand property tax assessment. The city would relinquish that amount and that would go to the fire authority.
Fire officials say it's about the same cost to the city, but it's more sustainable because it's not based on how much is in the general fund or how the council divvies it up. Plus, state law allows regional fire authorities to get new revenue by asking property owners to pay a fire benefit charge.
Based on the type of residence that you live in, the square footage, whether it has fire suppression capabilities like a sprinkler system you would get credits for. The higher the hazard, the more the property owner pays in the fire benefit charge.
A feasibility study 10 years ago found it could work, but at the time, neighboring agencies weren't interested, and they don't know if that's changed.
Trying to plan for the future for a more sustainable funding mechanism. If a fire district is, currently fairly self-sustainable, and their funding mechanism is adequate, they may not be as interested in joining something bigger.
But
asking them now doesn't cost us anything, and we are short on money.
The council voted Tuesday night to have staff put out feelers for possible contractors to do that feasibility study and to ask nearby agencies if they'd be interested in joining in. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE Local News.
The fire chief says for now they've identified some possible short-term solutions to help keep that fire station open. They'll be sharing those at the next Yakima City Council study session at 4 p.m. Tuesday at Washington Fruit Community Center. A man has been convicted of charges related to a deadly crash that happened more than 2 years ago. According to the Benton County Prosecutor's Office, a jury unanimously convicted Jesus Avalos Chavez of vehicular homicide while under the influence of alcohol. In March of 2021, Chavez was driving on State Route 14 near Patterson when he crossed into oncoming traffic, killing a 68-year-old Kennewick resident. Toxicology determined that Chavez had a blood alcohol level of 0.18, which is more than twice the legal limit. A sentencing hearing will take place in the near future. A travel alert for Tri-Cities drivers. State Route 225 and Hanford Route 10 closed this evening at 6 and remain closed through Monday morning at 4. State Route 240 will remain open in both directions. However, drivers will not have access to Hanford Route 10 towards the Hanford site or State Route 225 to Benton City. Crews are conducting roundabout construction. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
Folks, welcome to Thursday. We do have a bit more cloud coverage today. Could see a shower or two. Cooler conditions for most of our areas. A lot to talk about as we're, well, getting close to that weekend. That's in my first alert forecast. It's coming right up.
And new this morning, a fire that quickly grew to nearly 1,000 acres is now under investigation. That's ahead on Good Morning Northwest.
My relationship with Make-A-Wish began 14 years ago. We cumulatively now have a total of $1.14 million we've done for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm lucky to have a position that affords me the opportunity to support the community. And for me, I want the customer's buying experience to be just that. Understanding what their motivation is and also knowing that the activity they're having with me is going to have a direct reflect on what we're going to do with Make-A-Wish for the calendar year.
Find your way home in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda.
We talking about practicing good financial strategy by cash backing. What you think I was talking about? Not a game. Not a game. Talking about cash back. Cash backing. Cash back like a pro with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back?
I'm adding Downy Unstoppables to my wash. Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh. Still fresh! Still fresh! Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables.
A new roof looks great. A new roof with new gutters looks amazing. With Aero Roofing, amazing is now more affordable than ever. Get 25% off gutters with their new re-roof. Did we mention our 50-year roof warranty at no extra cost? Don't miss this limited time offer. Give Aero Roofing a call today.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need in lawn and garden supplies, sporting goods, and more. At Bi-Mart, our members get more value every day.
Portion of Cap KVUE sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Time right now is 5:10. Welcome back. Oregon's largest city is officially moving forward with plans to restrict unauthorized camping on public property. The city of Portland just approved new rules banning all camping from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Because of that, any unauthorized camps will have to be dismantled during the day. The city is also banning gas stoves in camps and putting limits on where people can camp during those overnight hours. The mayor of Portland says they're still working on a plan to enforce the new rules, but he says starting next month, he expects that people could get a warning the first 2 times they're found violating the rules and then could face fines or even jail time. Take a look at this. The East Coast and now parts of the Midwest still dealing with potentially dangerous air quality because of wildfire smoke. We're talking about that and some weather systems here in the Northwest that are keeping us pretty clear of smoke locally for now. Jason Valentine explains coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
A hike with a view of the Palouse.
About 9 miles north of Pullman.
There's nothing like it for miles around.
They can hike to the ridge from the parking lot and back in about a half an hour.
Kamiak Butte on Fly the Northwest. KapKVU Local News at 6, Tuesday.
E.T. in Nashville.
Our week of country exclusives rolls on with Jelly Roll.
Look at your boy, baby, I'm on TV.
And CMA Fest co-host Lainey Wilson. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on KapKVU.
You get a lot of things out of your vehicle. But one thing you shouldn't get is disappointment. At McCurley, we understand that a vehicle is more than a vehicle, and our expert technicians are here to make sure you get the most adventures and memories out of every mile.
Find your way home in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet. Browse our entire inventory online at McCurleyChevrolet.net.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more or visit AffordableDentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Now, KapKVU First Alert weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Folks, we have a little bit more cloud coverage than yesterday, even though we saw a little bit more cloud coverage than expected yesterday. And we're going to continue to see some cloud coverage coming in. We do have some shower systems coming into the upper elevations of the Blues. The lightning is starting to slow down as it gets into the mountaintops there, but Walla Walla, Pendleton, you'll be seeing a little bit of shower activity from this, and you've probably heard that thunder and lightning earlier. So storm chances, we continue to have a bit of a storm system coming up into our areas. We're just on the periphery. Really the bulk of it, Spokane, the Idaho Panhandle and the western part of Montana. So for our areas, a little bit less than expected. We do have just very general chances of seeing some scattered showers, lightning possibility. This will expand over into the Yakima Valley and Ellensburg as we get into our Friday. So we do have some chances of seeing a little bit of shower activity, but I want to show you a little bit more of a macro shot. Look at this, flood warnings from all of the rain that is expected to come in, kind of surrounding our areas, but not in our areas, and that includes Spokane. I'll show you what Spokane can expect here in a bit. We could see a little bit of shower activity starting to form throughout our areas as we move along in the morning. That will slowly start to break up. And again, folks, if we see any of the shower activity, it's going to be very quick. I'm going to back up. This is the system heading for Spokane, and right at that point, 3 o'clock this afternoon in the Idaho Panhandle. That is why they're worried about flooding. That is a very heavy system. But folks, we're just on the periphery of that. So again, very scattered showers possible throughout your day. Better chance will be tomorrow, and this is why we include Ellensburg through Toppenish into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we could see some sustained quick showers that will move along very quickly, maybe a little bit of showers in the afternoon for the Blue Mountain region, and then just scattered showers until we get to Saturday when we're going to be settling down. So a lot going on, folks. We're going to keep a very close eye on it and keep you and your family safe from all of this shower activity. But really, again, the bulk is off to the east. So our current temperatures, we are warm this morning, mid to lower 60s for most of our areas. Oddly, the Tri-Cities at 57. I do expect that to change as we get into our next hour. So our temperature trend, we are going to slowly cool down into Friday and Saturday, still above our average, and we're going to stay right there, we're going to be a little bit above our average, about 10 to 15 degrees as we get into our work week, then slowly cool down as we get to midweek next week. So temperatures a little bit all over the place. Wind speeds 10 mile per hour to light, a little heavier in Toppenish and Ellensburg this morning. Those will be slowing down as we move along in the day. Tomorrow we could see 10 to possibly 20 mile per hour winds at times, and then just a bit of ascending winds as we head into our next work week as we start to cool down. That looks like to be 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. Our highs today, we're in the lower 90s. Upper 80s for Ellensburg. Ellensburg returning to the 80s. Lower 90s for most of the mid-Columbia. And over in the Blue Mountain region, a little bit chillier. We're in those mid-80s. 7-day forecast for Yakima. So we're 93 today, a little cooler than yesterday, down to 81 Friday. And then we just warm up and then cool down. Overnight lows, though, pretty sustained in the 60s. In the Tri-Cities area, down to 85 tomorrow, 87 Saturday, and then warm and much more stable conditions by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday. So, folks, you could see a quick shower or two. Better chance of that is tomorrow, but a bit cooler temperatures today, much cooler for your Friday.
We continue to see a busy start to fire season in Washington this year. The Natchez Fire Department says this fire burned around 800 acres near Old Natchez Highway within a matter of hours Wednesday. There's no reports of the fire destroying any buildings, and it's now contained. Investigators will be working to figure out how the fire started. While crews in Washington have been very successful at getting fires under control quickly so far this year, we're seeing devastating wildfires across Canada that are sending smoke down to the East Coast and now the Midwest. ABC's Lindsay Watts reports conditions are getting worse there.
Right now, hundreds of forest fires are blazing across Canada, threatening buildings, forcing evacuations, and across the border, blanketing U.S. cities in a thick and dangerous haze.
The levels of health concern that is clearly alarming for New Yorkers. This is the highest level index of our knowledge since the 60s.
New York City is now registering the worst air quality of any major city in the world.
We are making available 1 million N95 masks that we made available at state facilities.
The orange skyline looking more like Mars.
Very, very scary, just walking down the street and feeling like I'm going to have an asthma attack.
From the Big Apple to Philadelphia to D.C. and as far south as North Carolina and Georgia, officials are warning families to stay indoors even if they're healthy. One expert says being exposed to the current air quality in New York for 24 hours is equivalent to smoking 6 cigarettes. Emergency rooms are preparing for possible patients.
The more exposure folks have, the more likely it is that they'll be sick.
D.C. could see some of the worst conditions today, while cities including Pittsburgh and Dayton, Ohio are bracing for worsening conditions tomorrow. Hazy skies expected to last until the weekend. More than 6 million acres have already burned in Canada in what's shaping up to be the country's worst fire season on record. Experts say persistent heat in recent weeks fueled those flames.
It is yet another alarming example of the ways in which the climate crisis is disturbing our lives and our communities.
Free fishing in Washington returns this weekend, but there are a couple of changes you need to know about. No license is needed unless you're going for any fish requiring a catch record card like sturgeon, salmon, and halibut. For species that don't require a license, other rules like size and daily limits are still in effect. Also this Saturday, National Get Outdoors Day. It's one of the 12 days a year when a Discover Pass is not required at state parks. Graduation is today for students at Yakima Online and Stanton Academy. And this week, graduating high school seniors paraded through the same elementary and middle schools they attended growing up. The annual grad parade provides a trip down memory lane designed to celebrate the seniors' accomplishments ahead of graduation. It's also a way to get younger students excited about getting to the next grade up and show them people who started at their school and made it all the way through. It also gives them a glimpse of what their future has to offer.
Former teachers and younger learners get to cheer for you and celebrate you as you've worked so hard to graduate for the last 13 years of schooling.
AC Davis High School and Eisenhower High School graduations are coming up next week. Well, 7 years ago, Cap KVUE met 17-year-old Sebastian Castilleja, who had big dreams of becoming a police officer. Today, Officer Castilleja is going on 5 years with the Kennewick Police Department. He's a huge advocate for the Boys and Girls Club, a community he grew up in and eventually volunteered with. And a lot has changed since we first met this officer in 2016. He's now a husband, father, and dedicated officer who wants to continue making a difference in our community.
We are privileged to be serving our community, and the community has trusted us with the powers of being a police officer, and that's nothing to take lightly. Everyone that we deal with is a human being, and that's what's important to keep in sight when we deal with it every day.
He's especially focused on keeping youth out of trouble in our region, which is why he now sits on the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin Counties board. We'll hear more from Sebastian coming up in about 30 minutes on Good Morning Northwest. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, we are talking about a historic Game 3 in the NBA Finals. And still ahead, this week, President Biden issued his 5th veto since taking office. We're talking about the bill he decided to block coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Hey, check out the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard at DQ. Oreo pieces, brownie, and cookie. This treat is doing the most, which makes it the perfect treat for when you're doing, well, the least. Oh, this is nice. Oh, come on!
Hey, neighbor!
We were enjoying a moment with the Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Okay. This is more like it. Enjoy your Oreo Brookie Blizzard moment today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
This morning on
Good Morning America.
It's Sarah Jessica Parker. And tomorrow, Samuel L. Jackson. Live right here.
You gotta love it.
Plus, fantastic Father's Day deals and steals for the best dads in your life on
Good Morning America.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' compensation benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight labor and industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamill.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade, it's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's the Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's the Educated Cigar in Richland.
It's a celebration of Merlot this summer in Walla Walla, July 13th through the 15th. Join more than 50 Walla Walla wineries for Celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium Merlots during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Participate in this full sensory experience from July 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Your son is right here. Can you please stand up?
From the hit television series on E! Entertainment.
He just said to me, "That's my mother. I just saw him lean down and kiss you."
Meet Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium, for a special evening of live psychic readings.
He says to me that here in this world, you are always on him and on him and on him and on him.
For more event and ticket information
I really hope this is helping you.
and to meet Matt Frazier, visit meetmattfrazier.com. Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium. Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 5:26 on this Thursday morning, and we are enjoying a beautiful live look across Lake Wallula. It's a warm start to your Thursday, but we're talking about a cooling trend on the way either today or tomorrow that's coming up in your first alert weather forecast. Thanks to our photog Spencer for that beautiful shot. Well, trending this morning, the NBA Finals made history last night. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray became the first teammates in NBA Finals history to both record triple doubles, helping the Denver Nuggets to a win over the Miami Heat in Game 3 of the Finals. The Nuggets are hoping for their first title ever. They'll have to pull off 2 more wins to get there. Of course, the Heat will have to pull off 3 more wins if they want to win. And we had the little nugget yesterday, not Denver nugget, but factoid nugget, that if you win Game 3 after it's tied 1-1,
that's right,
80%
chance you'll win it all.
Go on to win it all.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. And I hear that Game 4 is tomorrow, Jill.
Yes. Game 4 is coming up tomorrow, and you can watch it right here on Cap KView ABC. And just like last night, we'll have a special edition of Cap KView Local News at 4:30 tomorrow before the game. And then we'll see you again for a special edition of the news after the game, which should be around 8 p.m. And again, that's on Friday.
Excellent, excellent. Also, we have a beautiful morning so far,
we do.
But we do have a bit more cloud coverage expected. But as I said yesterday, look at those mountains from our Legends Casino Skycam. Beautiful morning in parts, but we have some lightning to talk about. We have some flooding, not in our areas, but near our areas. Maybe some of your friends or family will be experiencing that later on today. I have your first alert forecast coming right up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the end of pandemic-era restrictions also means the end of some financial programs giving families a boost. This morning, we'll break down some of the local options as rent assistance programs are coming to a close. Plus, a half dozen people accused of taking COVID-19 relief money and using it for their own gain are now facing federal charges. We'll be right back.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is expected to introduce ads to its Prime Video streaming service. The company is reportedly looking to generate more revenue from entertainment. It's unclear how much the ad-supported plan would cost or if it will affect Amazon Prime members who get the service currently for free. Next, Samsung is staying at home for its upcoming product launch. For the first time, the Unpacked event will be held in Seoul. Samsung's announcement indicates the event will unveil its next generation of foldable devices. Finally, Volvo is out with an electric SUV that's one of the least expensive on the market. The EX30 can go from 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds and fully charge in less than 30 minutes. Best of all, the price starts at under $37,000. There are so many options for electric vehicles now. It makes my head hurts. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Claire stayed in this amazing hotel and paid this much for her room. Jess stayed in the same hotel and paid a lot less. How? Let's go back. While Claire found her hotel on her usual booking site, Jess found her deal on Trivago. Have a look-see, Claire. Trivago compares hotel offers from major booking sites so you can find the best deal for you. Hotel Trivago.
Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose. Delicious, too. Just ask my old friend Kevin.
Nothing like enjoying a cold one while watching the game. Who's winning?
No idea. Real milk, real delicious. And don't forget to try some delicious, creamy Lactate ice cream. What's that, Mabel?
Wow. Smart cow.
President Biden has vetoed a bill that would have blocked his plan to offer student loan forgiveness, but the program is not in the clear just yet.
And folks, temperatures are cooling off a bit today with more cooler temperatures tomorrow. Possible quick showers and more cloud coverage. A lot to talk about. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
And this is why corn and wheat prices are going up globally. We're getting a look at some of the devastation left behind from a dam collapse that Russia and Ukraine are each blaming on the other.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. We are getting close to that weekend. It's even more on the horizon.
It's on the horizon yesterday. Now it's even closer.
Yeah, it's even closer. Jill, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. I enjoyed a little bit of the heat yesterday. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We're a little more cooler in the Mid-Columbian Blues today than in the Yakima Valley, but Yakima Valley, Ellensburg will follow suit tomorrow. But we could see some shower activity, very light though, but some heavy stuff is coming in places near us, even causing some flood concerns. Not our areas though. Let's take a look outside at our lovely Legends Casino sky cam. Seen some sunshine burn through and it is going to be a pretty nice morning, but we do expect more cloud coverage today. And we do have some shower activity with some thunder and lightning near Walla Walla and Pendleton. Let's take a closer look at those areas. Let's zoom on in. It's still pretty much most of the lightning has stopped as it is entering the Walla Walla area. So we're seeing a little bit of shower activity right now in the periphery. Again, the lightning stopped by the time it got into the mountains. So we're keeping a close eye on that. We do expect some spotty showers. This will move along pretty quickly, but looks like your commute is going to be a little wet for Walla Walla. So as we look at our day ahead, we're a little cooler in Yakima. Yakima will be much cooler tomorrow, lower 80s. In the Tri-Cities area, we're about 5 to 8 degrees cooler than yesterday, right around 90. And again, we will see a little bit of sunshine at times, but still cloud coverage will be kind of ruling the roost, especially in Walla Walla. And we're seeing, again, shower activity, Walla Walla area this morning. So what can we expect? We have more clouds today, quick storms possible. We're already seeing one in Walla Walla and cooling into tomorrow. Folks, we have a bit of a tumultuous Friday and then things settle down into our weekend. I'll get you prepared in my forecast coming up, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Thank you, Jason. New this morning, 6 people from 3 states, including Washington, are now facing federal charges accused of stealing COVID-19 relief money that was supposed to help people keep up with their rent during the pandemic. Federal prosecutors say the 6 people filed fake applications for almost $7 million of government aid and got about half of what they asked for. That's according to the Seattle Times. Prosecutors say the suspects spent the money on travel, cars, clothing, and plastic surgery. If convicted, they could face decades behind bars. Benton and Franklin counties are no longer accepting applications for the rental assistance program implemented during the pandemic as COVID relief funding. Cap KVUE's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio to talk about why that program is going away later this month. Riley, what are officials saying caused a need for rental assistance in the first place?
Well, good morning, Jill. According to Benton County officials, because of the pandemic, some people had difficulty paying their rent and utilities. It started as a response to Washington's eviction moratorium, which gave some leeway to renters during COVID. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program was a way to help people catch up, and they say it helped thousands of people in our community and cost tens of millions of dollars. They were able to assist with up to 18 months of total assistance in extreme circumstances. However, Kyle Sullivan, Department of Human Services Manager with Benton County, says they've stopped taking applications because it's now coming to an end.
But this funding, we always knew had an end date. June 30th is when the contract expires. My office actually has not, we stopped accepting applications. Between my office and Goodwill, we had over 500 applications that we wanted to make sure we were able to process by the end of the contract term.
He called the dollars available for rental assistance during COVID unprecedented, while the vacancy rate in the Tri-Cities is critically low. Although local governments won't have the same level of funding for rental assistance they've had over the few years, there are some resources for people in dire need of help. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest. Live in studio, I'm Riley Fitzgerald. I'll send it back to you, Jill.
Thank you, Riley. Federal student loan repayments have been on hold since the early days of the pandemic, but that is all scheduled to end this summer. And a proposal from the White House to forgive thousands of dollars in loans per borrower is still in limbo. Lawmakers in Congress tried to block the plan. President Biden vetoed their efforts. But John Lawrence reports the bill still faces legal challenges.
A congressional effort to squash President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program dies a quick death.
He's continued to pursue new government spending, from his nearly $1 trillion student loan giveaway to a budget that in a few short years would have us spending $10 trillion annually.
The bill offers to forgive up to $20,000 in debt for students who went to college on Pell Grants and $10,000 for those without, if specific requirements are met.
Nearly 90% of those relief dollars go to people making less than $75,000 a year.
Both chambers of Congress passed a bill that would have halted Biden's program, but the president vetoed the legislation Wednesday, saying he, quote, won't back down from helping hardworking folks.
Some of the same members of Congress who supported this bill voted for huge tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy as well. But when it comes to hardworking Americans trying to get ahead, dealing with the student debt relief, that's where they drew the line.
Critics say the proposal is financially unfair.
What President Biden is doing is transferring those student loans and those student loan debt onto the backs of hardworking Iowans and others.
The legality of the loan forgiveness program is in the hands of the Supreme Court. The justices are expected to issue a decision on it this summer. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
While many high school students hear about the benefits of a college education, not all of them get a good idea about the cost. State lawmakers in North Carolina are considering a proposal that would make it mandatory for schools to teach high school sophomores all of their options, from vocational programs to college, how much each option costs, and how much workers in each field can expect to earn.
And I think when you put those numbers in front of somebody going, you can, go to the community college here, go through one of these apprenticeship programs, something, and come out making great money, owing very, very little. That's going to be appealing to a lot of people.
It's still early days for this idea, and some North Carolina lawmakers say they're concerned that seeing a big college tuition number could scare away students who qualify for grants and other assistance. Jason Valentine is here now with a look at your forecast.
Folks, we have quite the day ahead. Could see a little bit of shower activity. Already seeing it in Walla Walla this morning. Also, a little bit more cloud coverage, a little cooler, and we have more of the same coming Friday. I'll get you ready for that weekend as well. My first alert forecast coming right up.
And we're tracking the latest from Ukraine, where a dam collapse earlier in the week has caused flooding that's already impacting the global wheat market. You're watching Good Morning Northwest.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
This is everything I ever dreamed of!
The summer of '69 was the best summer ever.
Be cool.
You were the best Peter Pan ever, baby.
Those 2 hours and 23 minutes really flew by.
The Wonder Years returns Wednesday, June 14th on ABC.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it. At 529.wa.gov.
We're reinventing our network
for total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
For all the times we've been inspired to be just like Dad. Right now, save $30 on the FS56 RCE trimmer. Real steel. Find yours.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade, it's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy, it's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portion of Cap KV sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. Time right now is 5:41. We are just starting to get a glimpse this morning of the devastation caused by a major dam collapse in Ukraine earlier this week. The dam is in a border area. Russia and Ukraine each blame the other for damage that caused the collapse, which is now being called one of the biggest environmental crises of the war. As of this morning, Russian officials say flooding has killed at least 5 people. Thousands have been forced from their homes. But even worse, all these floodwaters were crucial supplies for farms and cities across southern Ukraine. The dam collapse caused enough damage that prices for wheat and corn are already rising because of concerns about the global supply. We're talking about a chance of some storms in your local First Alert forecast in just a moment. Plus, it's the U.S. Postal Service's Dog Bite Awareness Week. And we're talking about some concerning numbers from Pasco. What postal workers want you to know next on Good Morning Northwest.
TriQ Credit Union C3 Slam comes to Richland July 8th and 9th at John Dam Plaza.
There's no other word quite like home. Not house, not residence, not dwelling. Because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you do one more lap around the park. Or make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging. And that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda and online at McCurleyMazda.com.
There are some people who have been tricked and lied to by someone they trust, someone they may even love, someone who sells them for sex. That's sex trafficking, and it's a crime. If you're a victim of sex trafficking, know that there is hope. There is a way out, a way to a better life. There are people who can help. You just need to take the first step.
The Support Advocacy and Resource Center, SARC, is here to help. Visit us at supportadvocacyresourcecenter.org. Services are free and confidential.
You get a lot of things out of your vehicle. But one thing you shouldn't get is disappointment.
At McCurley, our expert technicians are here to make sure you get the most adventures and memories out of every mile.
Find your way home in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
It's a celebration of Merlot this summer in Walla Walla, July 13th through the 15th. Join more than 50 Walla Walla wineries for Celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium Merlots during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Participate in this full sensory experience from July 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Now, Cap KVU First Alert weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Getting close to that weekend. And yes, we got more cloud coverage today, but we'll see some sunshine breaking through at times. But still, folks, we're going to see things settle down Sunday into our next work week, even Saturday. But we have a little bit of shower activity in our areas. Now, we saw quite a bit of lightning as this system was moving towards the Blue Mountains. As it moved through the Blue Mountains, we're seeing some shower activity Walla Walla, and we're going to see it very soon in Pendleton. We saw the lightning start to dissipate, and all of our areas could see a little bit of thunder and lightning or showers today. Now, we're on the periphery of this system coming in from the south, low pressure system in lovely Nevada. But the real spot getting hit is the Spokane area, panhandle of Idaho, and in western Montana. Now, for our areas, we just have a bit of a general chance of seeing some scattered showers. Already seeing them in Walla Walla, and lightning is possible. That's into Friday morning, and then even into the evening hours, we're going to see these chances fan out to the Yakima, Ellensburg, Toppenish areas as we head into tomorrow. Around our areas, now this isn't our areas, but in Spokane, pretty much all the areas that are getting hit hard by this shower system are in a flood warning. That is through Friday morning. So let's take a look at the futurecast. Here's what we're looking at right now in Walla Walla. We could see a little more starting to form, and again, scattered showers, very possible for many of our areas. And don't be surprised if a little bit of lightning comes through. And just stepping back, this is 3 o'clock this afternoon. Look at that system headed for Spokane. That is a heavy system, and that system will kind of roll around into near Ellensburg, Yakima, and Toppenish as we get to tomorrow morning. And again, folks, more slip shot showers possible into tomorrow and into Saturday morning. Then that will be moving on, and we should see things settle down as we get to Saturday afternoon, at least by Sunday and into our next work week. Much more settled weather pattern. So our current temperatures, we are warm. We're in the mid to lower 60s for many of our areas, upper 50s for Ellensburg, and our surprising cool spot, the Tri-Cities, this morning. And we are going to be seeing cooler temperatures today, really in the mid-Columbia and Blues. For our winds this morning, we are seeing a little bit of push as we're moving into Toppenish, Ellensburg, but light winds for the rest of our areas, and those winds picking up slightly as we head into tomorrow, maybe 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. So let's take a look at our highs today. We're in the lower 90s, not a little cooler for the Yakima Valley. They'll really cool down tomorrow. 89 for Ellensburg. A little bit more of a substantial cool down for the mid-Columbia, lower 90s, upper 80s, and in the Blue Mountain region, we're right in those mid 80s, a lot cooler than yesterday, almost 10 degrees cooler. So for the Yakima region, we're going to see that big drop going into tomorrow, 81, and better chance of a little bit of shower activity for tomorrow. And then things settle down as we get to Saturday afternoon and into our weekend and our next work week. Much more settled weather pattern. Overnight lows right in those 60s until we get to the middle part of our next work week. And we're going to warm back up, folks. And really, all these temperatures, they are above our average, so still staying warm for our areas. Today, 90 with more cloud coverage for the Tri-Cities. We'll see some sun breaking through. 85 for your Friday and more or less Saturday, and then warming up Sunday into at least the start of our next work week. So folks, let's break it down. We have quite a lot of shower activity around our areas to the east and the northeast. Our areas are looking to be seeing some scattered showers. We're already seeing some in the Pendleton area and Walla Walla areas this morning, but we'll see some sunshine intermixed in there. Better chance for Yakima and Ellensburg areas for tomorrow, and then things will settle down this weekend. But an interesting Thursday is ahead.
This morning, some concerning new numbers from the Postal Service. Officials say mail carriers in Pasco reported 10 dog attacks last year. To put that into perspective, Seattle and Spokane had 13 reported attacks each. Natalie Grant talked to officials about how you can make life just a little bit easier and safer for the people delivering your mail.
Dogs are very protective around the kids and even around their owners at times, to where they can you start invading that space, they're there to protect.
Kurt Ryan has been a mail carrier in Spokane for 17 years. And while he says most homes on his route are good about their dogs, he has run into a couple scary situations over the years.
I'll tell you what, there's times I hear dogs going nuts in the house, and I'm thinking, God, please don't open the door, please don't, So that's the biggest concern, is you opening your door and that dog running out and biting one of us.
This week, USPS is reminding owners to keep their dogs secured inside the house with the door closed when your mail is being delivered.
We can't enter your yard if there's a dog out in it. If you're leaving a door open, we are not supposed to enter the yard whether or not you have a dog, because we don't always know it.
Due to the number of attacks across the country per year, these are situations mail carriers are trained to handle.
Because a lot of times the attacks are instant, and your body has to do it without thinking. And so usually it's about taking the satchel and be able to defend themselves.
But if a mail carrier feels unsafe, that could impact the delivery of your mail or your neighbors.
A lot of people will have the solid door open and they'll have a screen door closed. But unfortunately, we still can't come up on the porch with just a screen door, because in many cases they're not very solid, or they also open outward, and if it's not latched properly, the dog just knocks it open and gets right out.
That was Natalie Grant reporting. The Postal Service says if your dog bites a mail carrier or becomes a problem, they could stop delivering mail, and you could face fines in some situations. When we come back, we're catching up with a local police officer making good on his teenage goals and making a difference in our community.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
At Good Shepherd, it is not just a job. It is our mission. A mission to improve the health of our community. To give you our hearts, our minds, our compassion, the best technology available, and the greatest medicine of all, kindness. Thank you for trusting us with your care.
Want to leave works all day so I can keep working my magic. Just want to leave 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for?
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving exclusively in members' mailboxes this week. Our 16-page book has store-wide savings in every department. Enjoy your spring and summer on the patio for less. Bi-Mart has you covered. Plus, find great savings in sporting goods, pet supplies, and pantry essentials. Bi-Mart saves you more. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Stacy Lee, Cap KVU First Alert Weather. Watch tonight.
All right, folks, let's go a little closer to home. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning so far. We have some sunshine, some clouds, and a little of everything today. So we could see a quick shower or two, really today and tomorrow, starting to cool down. 89 for Ellensburg. Ellensburg and the Yakima Valley will cool down a lot more as we get into tomorrow. Lower 80s, upper 70s tomorrow. But today, lower 90s for Yakima, holding on to that heat. Again, more cloud coverage, but we'll see some sun breaks as well. Lower 90s to upper 80s for the Mid-Columbia as they're cooling down much more, and especially in the blues, mostly mid to, well, upper and even some lower 80s, especially in Athena down to 81. Kind of a sneak preview for temperatures for tomorrow. So folks, get ready for, again, some scattered showers. Already seeing it along the blues this morning. I'll have much more in my full forecast. That's coming right up.
7 years ago, Cap KVU interviewed Sebastian Castilleja. At the time, just 17 years old, with a dream of becoming a police officer. He made that dream a reality, and Cap KVU's Madeline Hagan reports Officer Castilleja now has a dedication to keeping area youth out of trouble.
Might be them pointing out the pimple on my forehead or telling me something else goofy, but that's what I love about this. And you never know what you're going to get.
In 2016, we met 17-year-old Sebastian Castilleja, a dedicated volunteer with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin County, with a big dream.
So it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've just always enjoyed helping people. And
a Prosser native, Castilleja says the Boys and Girls Club helped shape who he is.
Because I don't know that I would be here at the Kennewick Police Department today if it weren't for the Boys and Girls Club. I actually grew up kind of in a rough lifestyle with my parents having negative law enforcement contacts, but I always knew that it was something I wanted to do, and it was kind of my way to give back.
As a Kennewick police officer, Castilleja continues to focus on making a difference, especially for kids and teens in the community.
We're seeing juvenile crime at an all-time high, and it's really unfortunate to see young people committing violent crimes in our community, and that's definitely something that impacts us all. But ultimately, we need organizations in our community who are there for young people.
Now in 2016, Castilleja had big dreams of also becoming police chief. While he's undecided on that career title, he would like to join KPD's traffic division.
And specifically our motors unit, because I enjoy riding motorcycles. It's something I grew up doing.
5 years into his career, Castilleja says it's a dream come true to serve the community, but it does come with challenges.
We often go to calls that are extremely tragic, they're sad. Our community is being affected by violent crimes right now, and we're the ones that respond to that. And we have to make sure that we are understanding our own emotions, but also taking care of our own people after witnessing those scenes.
He hopes that decades from now, when he retires, after becoming a motorcycle cop, then police chief, people will remember him for this.
So my goal when I come to work every day is to treat everybody with dignity and respect. And being there for people who are in need, it's something that is important to me. Law enforcement is